So I decided that I would mostly ignore this cackling cunt known as Femitheism, also known as Krista. But when I heard that she had a misogynist list on her website, I recognized two of the people that are listed on there, I decided to make this video talking about this stupid, sexist bitch. Now, for those who don't know, this girl, Femitheism, Krista, whatever you want to call her, believes that women are superior to men, that any woman that tries to achieve equality with men is indoctrinated by the patriarchy, despite the fact that patriarchy doesn't really exist, at least in modern day society, at the very least in America for the most part. While there are sexist issues, I can understand, as people would believe there's a patriarchy when there actually isn't, and there's a lot more equality now than there ever has been in human history, as far as I can tell. This list has two people on it that I know. The Amazing Atheist, TJ, and MrRepzion, Daniel Soulsbach. And I've watched both of their, both of their, YouTube channels. I've seen their content. I've seen, there's actually a video that MrRepzion made on this same girl, where she believes that all men should have an international holiday where they are to be castrated, and that it's like this big ceremony. Any working woman gets off of work, and this bitch actually believes all this shit she's saying. That discredits her entirely. She believes that all violence happens from the testosterone in the male testicles. I just like to say that while there may be some evidence to back it up, like that we're more violent, there are women that are violent too, bitch. There are women that are just as violent as men, if not more so. How can you not see this? But yeah, MrRepzion made a response, and because of that, I'm guessing, he was placed on this list calling him a sexist. Anyone that wants equality between the sexes is not a misogynist. They are, as I like to say, a human equalist, or a humanist, or whatever you want to call it. They are not sexist in any means. They just wish that men had the same equal opportunity as women. So, who are you to come over here and say that he's a misogynist and believes that women are less than men, when that's not what he's saying at all in the video? He's just saying that your idea is absurd and unfounded. This girl's also made a video about, what was it? Men have to sit down, because women take longer because they have to sit down, they have more clothes on, or whatever. Well, that... You guys already know that this is just absurd. That, being able to take away the freedom... This is a freedom that men have, that they should be able to have, and the male anatomy is set up in a way that sitting down is not as comfortable. We shouldn't have to be forced to sit down to use, to pee, when, we just shouldn't be able to have to base off of our anatomy. It's based off of our needs, not off of what's macho, what's manly, what shows male dominance, as you put it. Also, you assume that all women are completely, feminine, and that all women are, they have a whole bunch of, like a dress or something, or, more clothes than men. Not true. There are women that dress up, like men, although there's also the vice versa, men also dress up as women. You can't just, stereotype a whole gender and a whole sex based off of what you think is, true. You really can't do that. As for the Amazing Atheist, what has he done? He's never replied to you. You assume he's a misogynist because I bet it has to do with his video, It's Only Sexist When Men Do It, where a whole bunch of girls are talking on the talk about this guy getting his dick cut off. And if that's your reason for calling him misogynist, I'm sorry, but it is sexist. It's a double standard. women are allowed to make fun of men's, genitalia when that's cut off, but if a man makes fun of that, then they're a misogynist, and they should just have... We'd be calling for their heads on sticks, as TJ puts it, if the reverse were to happen. Overall, based off of what I've seen, you are more of a sexist than anyone I've ever seen, male or female. You preach that women are superior to men, and that they should be treated that way, and that men should be degraded, and that they should be, slaves, that they shouldn't be able to, keep their balls. I mean, who the fuck thinks this way? I don't know what goes through these people's minds when they say, oh, let's cut off their balls because that immediately makes them violent. Testosterone does give some violent tendencies, but it doesn't make all men violent. I'm not particularly violent myself, and I'm a male, unless, you consider being bisexual, you're an exception, go away. But overall, I just want to say this. Despite all this, I do think that she might be trolling, but regardless, don't give her the time of day, and actually, don't take her with a grain of salt, because most likely she's trolling. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos, talking about this kind of crap, then comment below, or whatever. I know this was a lazy video, I'm not going to be editing. I just wanted to get my thoughts out on this because I find it extremely absurd that she called two YouTubers that I'm very fond of, misogynists when they are far from that. Thanks for watching.